Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. If you haven't yet subscribed, please make sure that you click that subscribe button. Got lots more reviews coming out very soon, and I'm hoping everyone is enjoying the twice a week upload, which I'm trying to stick to at the moment. I've got a few pre-orders, hopefully coming within the next month or so from MR and BBR models. So please all stay tuned for that. I can't wait to share them all on the channel. But in today's video, I'm going to be doing a full in-depth review on this. This is the TSM model McLaren P1. This is the only TSM model which I've got in my collection. And it hasn't featured on the channel for years, this model car. I've had it for probably around 8 years now. I bought it direct from TSM. I was kind of going back and forth between this and the auto art version, and I decided to go for this one for quite a number of reasons, which I'll touch on in a moment. But again, it's a full resin sealed model car, and I do have some regret not choosing the auto art version. But as I say, we'll touch on that point and why I went for this one over the auto art version. But it is a very good model car overall, I think, and we'll do, as I say, a full in-depth review on it. First of all, it comes on this rather nice McLaren P1 base. Again, it's a nice presentation base for the model. So obviously you've got the McLaren P1 there, and then at the side you've got the TSM badge on the corner here as well. So similar to a BBR or an MR base, but again just a wooden base. Hasn't got that same finish as some of the other resin models, but again, as in terms of presentation, it does look good. But we'll touch on the front of the model first. Now again, I think the paintwork on this model is absolutely flawless. It's got a really nice metallic depth to it. So if I kind of bring my camera in a bit closer in here, and you can see that metallic fleck in that paintwork. Orange is kind of McLaren's flagship color, and it does definitely pop under the lights here that I've got it under. Really nice application throughout the whole model, and you can just about see the depth in that paintwork with that metallic fleck. It's got a really nice kind of glitter effect, which, you know, if you're going to display a model in the cabinet, it's really going to pop off in there as well. But we'll start off at the front again. So the McLaren P1, I think it's a really nice looking car. I know it's got a little bit of criticism over its years, but I do like the way it's designed. So starting off at the front end of the model, again, it is a sealed model, so nothing opens, unfortunately, but you've got the kind of logo styled headlights, and then obviously the elongated and much larger front splitter, which is all finished in this carbon fiber effect, which does look quite nice. And then all of the kind of air intakes here for coolant are also finished in the black grills as well. So again, nice finishes there. And you've got a really nice McLaren badge at the front, with kind of like a chrome lining around it, which looks really nice. And then obviously on the other side as well, you've got all of the black mesh here and in the front vents as well. So it's got a really nice finish on the exterior. And then you can see all of the different beams on the headlights as well. You've got some kind of aero coming around the side of the model as well. But again, really highly detailed front end of the model. Really nicely applied paintwork, and I think it does look absolutely flawless. Now again, some of the letdowns is, if you know, there's no interior on this model, so they've completely blacked out the windscreen and the windows, and the engine bay, in fact, which is disappointing. You know, having some interior detail on the model would have been nice, considering I paid around £200 for this model brand new, which was a lot of money for a model with kind of no interior and nothing opens up. And that is one of my regrets. I do think I should have maybe gone for the auto art version, where everything opens up, you can see the interior, you can take off that whole engine clam. But I went for this one. I like the way it looked, I like the exterior of it, and this is limited to 500 units worldwide with the spoiler down. And then they've also did 500 units with the spoiler up. So this is a limited edition piece, and that's kind of what swayed me over to buy the TSM one. And I did want to try out new brands. You know, as you guys know, I've got 24, 25 Auto Art signature models. And I do want to kind of branch out into other brands, other makes, see what their quality is like. But I think in hindsight, on this example, I should have stuck with the Auto Art version. But nevertheless, it's still a good model to have in the collection. But yeah, as I say, coming around the side of the model, the wheel designs here are okay. You can see kind of how big the discs are, covers that whole wheel. You got the tyre valve up there as well. You got the McLaren logo in the centre cap with the 5 centre nuts as well. Super thin tyres on the McLaren P1, and you can see it's kind of in the race mode, so it's a lot lower. Kind of the wheels are in the wheel arches, and it does have that more aggressive lowered stance. The calipers are quite nice as well. You've got the McLaren badge running down them. Again, overall okay wheel design, some good detail there as well. You can see the carbon fibre work on the side mirrors and on the doors, and you can also see some of that aero where they've left it hollow, so you can see how the air travels through the doors and then into the engine bay. They've left all of that carbon fibre and all of that is hollow, which does look quite nice. And then moving around the rear of the model, again, I think you've got maybe slightly bigger wheels at the rear, slightly different wheel design. The rear wheels are more indented than the front wheels, and the calipers are in different positions. But again, you can see how low the car's sitting, and it looks really aggressive. And then you've got the carbon fibre side skirts as well, which are all finished in very nice glossy carbon fibre, which does work well off the bright orange. And then coming round to the rear end of the model now. Now this is probably a really nice angle on the P1. I think bring my light a bit more across as well, so you guys can see that. You can see how they've done a nice job with the spoiler. It's kind of just about sitting, kind of just up. You've got a massive exhaust pipe there, and then you've got all of the mesh all around the rear, because the P1's rear is just fully exposed. Then you've got carbon fibre finishes all around there, and then you've got a massive rear diffuser, also again finished in carbon fibre. But what I really like what TSM have done, they've done a really nice job with the rear lights, so that you can just about see kind of a red hint running all around the lining of the rear, which they've done a really nice job on replicating how the rear lights work on the P1. But really good job in terms of that rear detail. And then if we just kind of take a look over, you can see no engine bay detail, again disappointing. You can see the carbon fibre air ducts on top of the roof, again nice touches. And then you've got all of the openings there for the engine bay. You can see all of the mesh as well, all in the openings with the McLaren badge in the middle. Again, look at the paintwork. The paintwork is absolutely flawless throughout the whole model. Does look really cool. And then coming around the other side of the model, the whole stance of the model does look quite good. If you were to display this in your cabinet, it does have a really good presence in there. It does look quite good. But again, exactly the same on this side too. It is a very highly detailed model. I think some of the letdowns is kind of, as I've touched on, lack of interior detail, lack of engine detail, completely missing, and nothing opens up on the model. But I think some of the pluses is it's got a extremely flawless exterior. Everything's really finished to a very high standard by TSM. The paintwork's fantastic. It looks great. I like the base. It's limited as well, which helps with exclusivity. But again, I think in hindsight, I should have got the Auto Art version. They're hovering around the same prices back then as well. And I think that would have been a better proposition to invest the money in. But nevertheless, as I say, I'm happy with this model. I'm not looking to buy the P1 Auto Art equivalent, even though it would be quite cool to do a comparison video between the two if I could find one in the same colour. But I am quite content with TSM's version. I think it does look good. It's a good model. I would recommend it if you couldn't find an auto art version, but again, nevertheless, I would probably give this probably a 6 out of 10, only because of the lack of detail and the lack of nothing opens up. But as I say, overall, it's a good model to have. I would recommend it. And please, as I say, please stay tuned for more videos to come. Got some reviews coming in very shortly as well. But I hope you guys like the video. Please comment, leave any suggestions, and I'll see you guys very soon for lots more videos to come. Cheers, bye.